If a bunch of men approach you in public, you need to stop taking that as a compliment. That's actually an insult. Unless they're a bunch of sharks approaching you, that should be taken as an insult. If it's a bunch of Nemos and Lil Nemos and regular men and Dusties approaching you, they thought that you were so intimidating that it was okay for them to come up to you, waste your time, and ask you for your number because they just knew you were going to give it to them, because they just knew you were in their league. Only the 1%, the top percent of men should be approaching you. Like, it's quality over quantity. I really hate when girls be like, I get niggas. That's the easiest thing to get. Do you get quality niggas? This is not for everyone either. This is for a certain target audience. The girls that get it, get it, and the girls that don't. This is about using your beauty and investing even your last dollar into your appearance, to use your beauty to get a softer, easier life. It's about working smarter, not harder. Unfortunately, in today's society, but it's the hard reality, so save your comments. A woman's beauty will get her much farther than any degree will. Unfortunately. You guys need to stop letting these thirsty men boost your head up, get you comfortable, and hold you back from being the baddest bitch that you can be. There's always room for improvement. So if a lot of men are approaching you, that's not a compliment. Unless he's the big dog, top shark, you need to go look in the mirror and figure out what you need to do to become a better bitch. And what could these little Nemos do for you anyway besides tell you good morning? Like, and give you a wet ass and send you home in an Uber. Uber X. Not even a black truck.
Yo, where the fuck is the tall niggas at? I don't want to be the same height as my nigga. No. I don't want to be able to fit your shit, bro. Like, I want to be drowning in your clothes and your hoodies and shit. I put your jeans on. That shit, the ass sitting in your jeans. I try on your jeans, the ass sitting in your jeans. Shit fit. No, it's not supposed to be like that. Why, as a grown man, do you wear an 8 in sneakers? I wear a 7.5, nigga. You mean to tell me I could get away with wearing your sneaks? Where the fuck the tall niggas at? Like, and then niggas be trying to say they 6 foot. They 6'1". No, you're not. Like, y'all be height fishing. Because you don't be no 6 foot. Like, y'all 6 foot be like 5'8". I'm 5'7". Why are we the same height? Why are you an inch taller than me then, nigga? What's that about? Explain that. I don't want us to go out and I'm wearing heels because I love me a good heel. And I'm towering over your dumb ass. Like, where the fuck the tall niggas at?
In case you forgot that men are awful, I posted a video about what the girlies are gonna do if we ever hit an apocalyptic situation and like life's never going back to normal. And there are currently almost 7,000 comments of women saying that they would themselves rather than deal with the men out in the world because they know that they would be abused, used, and discarded. Not to mention all the girlies in the comments saying that they would make sure their body was burned, disposed of, like mangled beyond recognition, because even death will not stop men from using our bodies against our will. I know this is grim, but also the girlies are hysterical. And if you would like some funny, girly, dark humor, I highly encourage you to go look at that video on my page. I am just having so much fun scrolling through the comments. Everyone is hilarious. Everyone is so funny. And I just love all the girlies once again.
The male loneliness epidemic is just a bunch of women crying online because men have pulled out of dating because of standards and expectations that are set upon them. Where? What standards and expectations? You're all in situationships. You're all doing nothing. You're all getting that coin slot for free. Let's be honest. Are you even taking the birds that you're sleeping with on dates? No, you're not. You're not. So I don't understand where these standards and expectations are that you're talking about. Because most of the women in my inbox telling me about men they're dealing with, they don't even get took out. They get took for a mug and that's it. Do you know what I mean? They're sleeping with these men who are doing absolutely nothing because they have made them believe that their self-esteem and self-worth should be fucking less than nothing. So where's these unrealistic expectations? Can you give me an example? Because I'm confused. What exactly are you all doing? What exactly are these women asking you to do for first dates? I mean, just take her to Nando's. It's not that fucking deep.
Can I just rant for a second? Because I really feel like men these days... Can someone tell me what they bring to the table that us women can't bring to the table? Because all I see are men, good looking men, posting get ready with me's and outfit of the day videos to make money for a fucking living. I'm just gonna leave that there.
All of a sudden, men value marriage. What's that about? For as long as I can remember, tale as old as time, men have thought of marriage as ball and chain, you know, right? Help me on their shoes when they're getting married, and, you know, they do the whole thing. And now all of a sudden there's this spike in value in marriage. There's no good women left. These women don't want to get married to have kids. Okay. For the first time in forever, women have a little bit of autonomy and they don't want anything to fucking do with you. Is that not clicking for y'all? Y'all just think the good women went out and died. Is that what you think? Are we for real? Grandma didn't tell you because you're not a woman, but grandma told me not to get married, not to have kids. How about that? Not my grandmother specifically. My grandmother married a good man. Women used to have to get married to have anything. Now we can have anything on our own. So it's fuck men. Imagine that. It's like you're so close to the point you could almost taste it.
This is a very unpopular opinion and nobody asked, but I'm going to say something anyway. When you're talking to a guy, and I'm speaking for the ladies, when you're talking to a guy and the guy hasn't been in a relationship in 5+ years or 2+ years and this, that, and the third, and you're going on, you know, we come and we know what we want most of the time. We know what we want. I want to do this. I want to go here. I like this and this, that, and the third, and the communication and the affection, and oh, guys are like, you got to give me time because I'm not used to it. I haven't done this in a long time. I haven't. Stop talking to those type of people. Because you mean to tell me you was single for 5 years and you did no homework, you didn't study, nothing on how to treat a lady, how to be with a woman, how to court a woman at that. Like, that's what you mean to tell me? You want me to wait for you to get it together? No, that's not the whole point. That's not the whole point. I get people can work on themselves, but if you're coming to me and you don't know how to do a lick of shit, next, because what are we doing? We're too grown for this shit.
Something that's not talked about enough is having to date as a woman when you're really a wife by nature, and how torturous this whole dating process is. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm meant to be a wife. I have all the qualities. Like, I'm ready. I've prepared myself. I know how to nurture. I know how to listen, cook, clean, you know, all that. Listen, give advice, whatever suits my husband. I'm going to be able to do it. So it's like, while dating and you're having to go through all these frogs and this and that, it's just like, I'm tired. I'm ready to meet my husband. I don't want to kiss another frog. I don't want to have a conversation. I don't care what your favorite color is. Do you want to get married or not? Because we're too grown to be dating for months and months and months and months. And then it's just like, okay, what next? No, I need you to know the first time that you see me that I am your wife, period. It's not that hard. It is not that hard. Okay, maybe not the first time, but within the first couple of dates, you should know if you could see a future with me or not. I'm such a lover girl. Like, I really just don't have time to be dating people with no, like, what are we doing?
If you're a girl and you are still single, maybe we're all supposed to be single for a higher purpose. Hear me out on this one. If you think about it right now, like, we are seeing in our society the patriarchy, like, really, like, coming to a head of, like, how it's not working. You know, we have Jeff's Files and all of these, like, pedo rings, like, powerful men starting wars, powerful men hurting children. And I think collectively, women are starting to wake up. Maybe if you were single and you've never found your person, it is because like we're here to build a better world. Like if you think about it, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, that is what we need to get back to, and not this like wars and destruction. And if you think about what's happening in society right now, you see all of this like red pill content talking about the male loneliness epidemic and really like trying to hold on to that. And then women are like finding more and more community within each other, building each other up. Like, I don't know, maybe if you're single, like maybe we're all supposed to be single to help build a better world. Obviously with our like married friends too, because like girls are girls.
If you are a beautiful woman, you need to be intelligent in order to survive. Pretty privilege can be so isolating. Jealous, insecure women will always be rewarded for being subtly cruel to prettier women. And other insecure women validate that. Female envy creates alliances. That's why people group against you. They all have to come together as one unified front to try to take you down. Their mutual jealousy for you becomes a bonding ritual for these women. That's how powerful you are. That's how insecure they are. These alliances are always built against the prettiest woman in the room. Everyone else sees it, they all know it, so they automatically click together. If you wonder why you don't click inside of a group, but everyone else has no problem being friends with each other, but you're left out, they're doing a bonding ritual over you. This is directly from my book called Pretty Girls Make Enemies. It's an ebook. It's at the top of my page. I deep dive into the psychology behind jealous friends, jealous men, relationships, the things to look out for, how to protect yourself, how to spot it, everything. The world is cruel to beautiful women, and everyone from the outside looking in always says, oh, but pretty privilege. Oh, your life is so easy. Yeah, you contribute to the negatives. It's so important if you're a beautiful woman to really, really sharp up your mind, because you are the singular thing in the world with the biggest target on your back.
I always got looked at by men in public, but I never got approached. So I knew these dudes were checking me out and they thought that I was cute, but they would never come up to me, and I was always so confused. I was like, what is going on? Am I too like masculine? Do I have like RBF vibes? Like what the fuck is happening? Tell me why the second that I healed my sacral chakra and like really did energy work down there, I get approached everywhere. I literally get approached everywhere I go. The other day, my waiter followed me out of the restaurant. I've had cars stop on the street to tell me that I look beautiful. And like this never happened to me, ever, literally ever. And the goal is not to be approached necessarily, right? Like I'm not saying this is something that you need whatsoever. All I'm saying is that your sacral chakra, the relationship that you have to your sensuality, is the most powerful and most potent thing that exists in your body, in my opinion, in my experience. And if you want to feel the power, just watch how your life changes when you start to pay attention to the energy.
Guys, I've just turned around and there's some guy staring at me. Like he walked past me, he looked at me, and I thought, okay, you're just gonna carry on walking. I turned back, he's stopped now, just staring at me. I'm scared to even turn around now because I think he's still looking at me. But I don't know if I should look because it's gonna look I can't see from down there, but I'm praying that he's gone now because he just turned around, stopped and stared and looked. Like, because I hate London. Like, people just stare. Like, I wish I could move out of London. Like, I can't do it anymore. Like, especially my area is the worst area.
So here's a hot take that I would love feedback on. I wonder if a lot of the reason that men can't commit to women, or why we're having such an issue with dating and heterosexual relationships, is because more men are down low than we ever expected. So we're all out here dating a bunch of gay men who can't admit that to themselves, therefore can't admit that to us.
If you ever thought that you were never approached by men because they were too scared of you, you actually might have been right. Because I heard that men don't approach women that they're truly, like, seriously interested in if they're not in a position where they can take care of them. Like, they don't have a stable job, they don't have enough money, they don't think that they can take you out on enough dates, they don't think that they can treat you the way that they would want to treat you. So they stay away and they don't try to get with you. Because, like, you ever feel like you know someone likes you, but you're just like, they're not doing anything. And you just know this person likes you, right? But they haven't made any advances. This could be why. No, I'm not trying to feed anyone's delusions. But it's better to be delusional in a good way than a bad way. So the next time that a guy that you like doesn't approach you, doesn't talk to you, doesn't reach out to you first, just think about that.
Honestly, for being so completely honest, I see where the dating rates and the marriage rates have drastically dropped down than it has ever before. Because I have seen video after video about DL men. And look, this video is not trying to come off as homophobic or anything, because trust me, I love the LGBTQ and I am far from homophobic. What I'm trying to say is DL men are extremely dangerous. These men literally live a double life. They have wives, kids at home, sometimes girlfriends, whatever. And then they'll be on these dating apps like Sniffies, Grindr, whatever else there is. And they're talking to these men and then they go and meet up with them and they're getting it on with them. And a lot of these girlfriends and wives are extremely oblivious to it because they just come back home and then they bring whatever disease that they have. And listen, this can happen with women and men. Trust me. But still, what I'm trying to say is a lot of DL men are extremely dangerous and violent, and living a double life is never okay. I promise you, if you tell us, we'll be your bestie.
Do you know the thing that really sucks about being single on Valentine's Day? And it's not the being single part. It's the fact that I would be such a good girlfriend and my potential is completely being wasted. One of my love languages is acts of service. I love doing things for people that I know would make them happy or that would bring them joy. If I had a man this time of the year, he would have no idea what hit him. You wake up in the morning, hamper package, beautiful card, breakfast made for you, because I love baking and cooking for people. I love it. That's also a love language of mine. But I have no one to do it for. I have so many ideas of what to do and date nights and getaways and no one to do it for. Wasted potential at this point. Being single, wasted.
Every time I make videos encouraging young girls and young women not to do OF or fall for any scams similar to OF, okay, don't do that to yourself. Don't put those pictures out there. Those pictures are out there forever. Even if you delete the account, I guarantee even if you only had 200 subscribers, maybe you only had 20, okay? I guarantee there are a few accounts on Reddit or some other deplorable ass platform who have kept an archive of everything, okay? And they will always have those pictures and they'll find out who you are, even if you use an alias, even if you use a fake name, you never show your face. This is no-brainer internet safety stuff, guys, okay? Every time I post a video warning people, warning young women about the dangers of doing this, I can only hope that they're bots, but unfortunately I think that these are real people. I get these individuals in my comments that are like, you know what? This is so anti-feminist. Sex work is actually feminist. You're an anti-feminist and you're an idiot because you fell for the stupid capitalistic lie that getting online and selling ass is a career choice, and that's okay, and that's respectable, and that's cool. And don't accuse me of being a Puritan or a conservative either, because I'm not. I'm probably the farthest thing from either of those, okay? I could care less how much sex people have or what people do in their own homes. In fact, I encourage you to have more. I don't give a shit. But to come online and lie to young women and groom them into this horrible lifestyle which they can never escape, of selling videos and pictures of themselves to these fucking creeps online and calling it empowering, how laughable. Like, how can you walk around and think that you're not a predator and you're not contributing to the pain and misery and suffering of these poor women because you talked them into this and now they can't get out? Shut the fuck up.
Okay. I'm at that age where I can admit I do want to listen to somebody. I don't want to do everything on my own. I don't want to be too independent. I don't want to be hyper independent, y'all. I'm tired of telling people stop telling me what to do. I'm tired of telling people I can do it on my own. No, help me. I'm the baby. I want to be the baby. I'm done. I did the independent shit. INDEPENDENT. Do you not? I don't know what that means. Help me. Hold my hand, actually. Literally hold my hand. I'm gonna follow your lead. You know what you're doing, right? Please tell me you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, I'm following your lead. If you don't, then that just means I gotta be INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? And I'm tired of knowing what that means. Damn, I've been spelling that shit since I was 10 years old. I'm tired of spelling that shit. I don't want to be that no more. I already did that. I am that. Next. Where's the next part? Where I could be the baby again. Ain't this supposed to be the circle of life? Ain't this supposed to be the circle of life? Ain't I supposed to be circling around? Okay, INDEPENDENBABY. Like, ain't I supposed to be going back to being a baby again? You feel me? Ain't somebody supposed to baby be?
Men don't fall in love with good girls. They fall in love with the girls that they can't control. That's why the nicer you are, the quicker he loses interest, which is why I'm not nice to you specifically. And clearly it's working. Stop being so predictable. It's boring. It doesn't keep him on his toes. Be his prettiest problem, okay? Remember that. So when you're texting back fast, you're being understanding to everything that he does. How is that being his prettiest problem? You're no problem at all. And that's not how you get the man. Men don't fall in love when they have you. They fall in love when they think that they could possibly lose you. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
That's why they're obsessed with the damn woman that doesn't even text them back. They can't stop talking to the bros about it. Challenge his goddamn ego. Make him step up and work for you. You don't gotta be an absolute bitch, but you can't be too available, that's all.
Men will never cease to shock the fuck out of me, and they will never not have the audacity. Ever. I get DMs from, like, famous people or, like, professional athletes. Go look at my Instagram. It's just what's gonna happen. A lot of them do it on vanishing mode, and that shit's just icky to me, because I'm like, just say it with your chest, brother. I'm not selling this shit to TMZ. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck how much money you have or who you know or what you can do for me, because at the end of the day, the only thing you can do for me is steal the light behind my eyes. So I really don't care. And so he was, this fucking dude was messaging me, and like, vanishing mode, and I'm just like, whatever, I'm not answering. And then yesterday he's like, so when are we gonna watch Vinland Saga together? And I'm like, maybe when you take me off vanishing mode, you fucking weirdo. Like, what do you think this is? You know? And so he took me off vanishing mode, apologized, and was like, I didn't realize I did that. First of all, it's a lie. And then second of all, he goes, yeah, I just came home from being on tour or whatever the fuck they call it when they're gone for their fucking seasons. I don't even know. He said tour. I don't know. And so he goes, yeah, I came home to an empty house because my girlfriend left in the middle of the night without telling me. So what do? What's the first thing you do when that happens? You message me and probably like 14,000 other women. Maybe therapy should be what you do, actually. And then he proceeded to invite me to stay at his house for like the next week before he goes back on tour. Sir, the bed is still warm. Your girl's perfume is still in the air, and you are already inviting another bitch over me. No, I don't want to, and I'm not going to. Please, seek some therapy, seek some help, because that is insane. I wonder why she left you. I'm racking my brain over here trying to understand why that woman left you. You sound like a fucking peach. You know.
Who remembers a few years back when being a strong, independent black woman was a flex? Because just know I wholeheartedly take that back now. You know when I was 5 years old and adults used to ask me what I want to be when I grow up and I said a princess? Just know that still stands today. I require soft life and princess treatment now, okay? I used to love being a strong, independent black woman. And parts of me still does. I take pride in my mental strength, my confidence, my courage. But I have to admit, it's all getting a little tiresome and lonely now. I'm 29 and I'm at this stage in my life where it would be nice to have companionship. Life can really finish you, man. And having someone to listen, to understand, empathize during both joyous moments and challenging times is what I need. And I'm not afraid to express that. Where's my man? I know a lot of people mean well when they say, just be patient and he'll come when you least expect it. And I hear it, but I'm at a point where I be pleading with God. Please give me an ETA, a location or something. Because dating right now,
It's not looking good, bruv.
A plus side to this though is that in my season of singleness, I have been able to achieve amazing things, and my friends have acted as a great support system. One thing I love about my female friendships is that we all share similar qualities and mindsets. We're all career driven and are very, very strong-minded individuals, but a majority of us are still single, and it does make me question, did some of us play into this strong independent woman role a little too hard? It even says in the Bible, yeah, open up your Bibles, 2 are better than 1 because they have good return for their labour. If either of them falls down, one can help the other one up. So please let me know who sold us the dream that we are better off alone. Being in a healthy relationship actually enhances our lives in more ways than being single. I wish it didn't take me so long to realise that in a world that often glorifies single life, that there are a multitude of benefits that come with being in a healthy relationship.
You know, when people push back at the argument, like, if he wanted to, he would, and their pushback is always like, well, I wanted to and I didn't, so it's the same thing for him. I can't help but just roll my eyes. And men and women are just, like, we're not the same. We don't have the same roles. If you want to be those 50-50 women, then yeah, if he wanted to, he would, still applies to you. If you wanted to, you would as well. But the if he wanted to, he would advice is for girls that like that type of relationship dynamic where the man takes the lead, where the man handles things, where the man takes initiative, where the man is the leader. That's who that advice is for. And the reason people say this advice is because when a man likes something and a man wants something, there's nothing you can do to stop it. Heaven and hell cannot get in between what that man wants and him getting it. So yeah, if he wanted to, he would do all those things if he wanted it, if he desired it. But again, that's for the kinds of girls and men who follow those types of relationship dynamics. If you want like one of those relationships where you both equally do all the same roles, that if he wanted to, he would. Logic and advice it doesn't apply here. And yet those are the loudest ones getting so upset about it.
I literally think that I figured it out. I figured out why this generation of men are so insecure and where the whole nonchalant act comes from. So I think the whole nonchalant act is basically a control tactic. Because what's happening is that man is probably fearful of the woman being able to leave him at any moment that she wants. Because God forbid a woman is in control of her emotions. God forbid a woman is okay with being independent. Because that makes men terrified. That makes a lot of men terrified. Because if she's in control of her emotions, she can't be manipulated. She can't be manipulated. I can't trick you into liking me. You know, some men have self-esteem that is so low that they feel like the only way that the woman could actually like them is if they're able to manipulate her into liking him. Like, some men think it's literally impossible for them to be liked. Only way that they could believe that you actually like them is if they are able to manipulate you, if they are able to control your emotions. Because the one that you let have control over your emotions, they can literally do anything. They can do anything and you'd stay. Men do not want women to have control over their emotions, because she can't be manipulated. And so men try to play on this nonchalant act to make you more drawn in, to get you to chase, because they know logically if they get you to invest more emotional density, then you will be addicted to them in a sense. And the reason why it doesn't feel masculine, it's because they're trying to flip back what women do to them on us. Women don't purposely go out and be nonchalant towards men to attract them. We just be ourselves in our own element. But we can't help but be magnetic because that is our very essence, is just being. So they try to do that, but to us, and that's why it's so unattractive, because it's in a sense very feminine. I repeat, these men want to be women. I repeat, these men want to be women. I'm going to scream that to the top of my lungs because I am truly and utterly convinced that these men want to be women. Okay, look how they're operating. Look how they're treating women. Look how they belittle women. Look how they try to humble women. Why?
Because they want to be us. They want to be taken care of. They want somebody to cater to them. They want their dinner paid for. They want their feet massaged. They want everything a woman receives. Okay, that's why they envy us so much. That's why they don't like us, because they want to be us. It's literally right there. It's clear as day. Example number 1. Drag queens. Where do you think that originated from? When they start putting their makeup on and stuff like that, why? It was to become a woman. It was to look like a woman. It was to pick up what a woman would be. And then we want to go copy them. They want to be women. What part you guys don't understand? You go to a restaurant. You're looking at the man. He's looking at you. He's not pulling out his card. He don't even want to pay for you. He wants to get picked up when you go on a date. You got to plan all the dating. You got to plan where you go eat. You got to go plan where you hang out, because they can't think on their own. They don't know where to take you. They don't know how to plan a date anymore. Do you guys see what's going on? The recipe is being lost. I repeat, they want to be women. They want to be women. Wake up. Wake up, because it's really, really a true pandemic right now. Okay? It's a societal pandemic right now. Okay? They want to go to the clubs. And they want to stand in the lounge area. They want to stand on top of tables and just do everything a woman does. Y'all never thought it was interesting or weird that a man would literally sing Sexy Red lyrics? Like, know her full and entire lyrics. And literally be in a car, like, literally singing it to the top of their lungs like they're a woman? Y'all didn't find that weird? Y'all laughing and giggling like, oh my God, that is so funny. That's so cute. He knows the lyrics. My man knows the lyrics. No. They want to be women. What part you guys don't understand? What y'all don't see? That's why the dating scene is so terrible, because they want to be us. Okay? Who's going to be the man? Y'all laughing and joking, but really, who's going to be the man? Who are going to be the boys? Because they're too busy trying to be like us. They're too busy trying to compete with us. They're too busy trying to humble us. Who is going to be the girls? Who are going to be the men? Because they for sure don't want to be a man. They can't be. The way they moving, they can't be. How society is, they can't be. How dating is, they can't be. They want to be the prize. They want to be the prize. They want to say, okay, you got to chase me. You got to come find me. I'm not coming to you. You got to approach me. I don't approach no woman. I'm sorry. That's what a man does. But they want to be chased. So, ladies, hear me clear. They want to be you. That's the problem. That's why you're having a hard time dating. They're too busy trying to be you. Duh.
It is crazy there is no more men left. Like, not one single man. And what's crazy to me is that there's literally thousands of men literally complaining that there is no more traditional women, or like saying like, I want a traditional girl, but they are not traditional men. Like, I went on a date 2 days ago. Let me tell you guys the worst date of my life. I went on a date 2 days ago. We found a place. We went to dinner. First of all, he doesn't have a car. And he asked me if I have a car. I was like, yeah, sure, I have a car. I'll pick you up from work. And I picked him up and we drove there. And, you know, I drive an Audi TTRS. This man was like, how do you have this really nice car? Do you do OF? Like that. I was like, no, I don't. Like, you know, and he laughed it off, but I was like, why is that the first thing you assumed? Whatever. Then we got to the restaurant, and the first thing he asked me was like, not like, how are you feeling? How was your day? Nothing. It was like, so what do you do for a living? He asked me in a matter of like 10 minutes, what I do for a living, what is my income, do I have any education, do I have a place to live? And he questioned me about like my car. I shared that with him because it was just awkward not to. And what I got from him is that he has no education, he makes minimum wage, he doesn't have a car, and he has like 3 roommates, and he's older than me. And, you know, during this whole conversation of like getting to know each other, he was sort of trying to like make these little comments to put me down. Like, he was like,
He was talking about my hair. He was talking about my skin. He was talking about my weight. And I'm just like, what the heck? Like, what? Like, this is like just weird vibes. And then whatever, fast forward, the date ends. And then like the waitress comes and, you know, she's like, oh, well, do you guys like to be paying cash or card? And like, he's just looking at me, like literally staring at me. And I'm just like, what the heck? Like, so I ended up just like, it was so weird, so awkward that I ended up paying. And then I was just like, I dropped him off to his house and then I went home and like, I was like, oh, like the worst date ever. And then literally a few hours ago, he texts me and he's like, oh, so when are we going out on our second date? Like, what the heck? First of all, does he want a girlfriend or does he want a mom? Does he want somebody to provide for him, drive him around, pay for the dates? Like, where are the men? Where are the men? And it's not just this situation. It's like a lot of men nowadays, before, like, they are saying like, women are such gold diggers. You have to watch out for gold diggers. You don't even have any gold to dig. Like, where's the gold?
You men do realize that women are choosing to stay single. They're choosing to be single than actually being single. I have a lot of men on my TikTok comment and they're like, oh, where's your ring? Oh, where's your boyfriend? Oh, where's your husband? Y'all, I choose not to have one. It's not because men don't try to talk to me. It's not because men aren't in my DMs. It's not because men don't want to take me out. It's not because men don't want to marry me. I'm choosing. I'm choosing to be single and I'm choosing not to have a man because it's embarrassing. Literally having a man right now is quite literally possibly the most embarrassing thing you could do right now. Like, it's kind of like an extracurricular activity or like a hobby you don't really want. It's like, why? And I think it's so funny how men are so quick to hop on this app like, well, you're not married. Why would I want to get married to someone who's going to cheat on me? Every single person that I know that is married, about to get married, or in a relationship is either getting cheated on or literally miserable, and misery loves company and they just stay together. Does not sound fun. Literally, you're not selling me on the product at all. I choose to stay single because my expectations are not going nowhere, okay? My expectations are honestly still in the fucking gutter, to be honest, but I have self-worth and self-respect, so therefore I'm going to stay single because why would I just get a boyfriend because everyone's telling me to get a boyfriend and then have them treat me like shit and cheat on me? I'd rather just be single and do my own thing. But I just think it's hilarious how men like come on here and they're like, oh, well, you don't have a man. Yeah, I don't want one. I don't want you. I don't want one. Having a man is like having a child. I don't want to take care of anything. I don't want to take care of you. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to listen to you just run your mouth about how you're going to do all these things for me and then don't. I'm single because I want to be. Not because men don't try to hit on me. And I want to make that very, very clear.
And I'm gonna be so fucking for real. The reason why women refuse to go on a date with a man unless he pays or he's paying a bill is because women understand that relationships are transactional, especially now. Women are waking up to the fact that, you know, we were taught that we were gonna grow up and date someone for love and marry somebody for love. But we're realizing that men don't do that. Men date and marry women that are convenient. Men date and marry women for the easy access to our bodies. Realistically, all men use us for sex, even ones we're in relationships with. If you didn't have the ability to give a man sex, they wouldn't be dating you. That's why a lot of men, most men, leave their wives when they get sick. Now, what's the difference between you using me for my body and me in return using you for your money? Because realistically, you can make your money back. I have one body, motherfucker. That's also why I would never do sex work and why I don't think it's worth it to date a man even if he was rich, because I don't think my body is worth your money. I'm gonna make my own fucking money. God bless the sex workers that do that. I'm never going to do that because I know my body is worth more than your ugly ass money. But for the women that still want to date men, they understand that the only true value of that at the end of the day, and in return, they can have money. Women didn't want relationships to be transactional like this. We grew up wanting to date and marry for love. We grew up wanting to have genuine connection with men. And we're realizing that a lot of that just isn't, like, it's just not really possible anymore. It's not realistic for us. We're understanding that best case scenario, it's a business decision. Best case scenario, a marriage is a business decision. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you can marry for love, but it also should be a business decision on top of that, at the very least. And I think it's just extremely ironic and insane that the finger is now being pointed to women. And, you know, we're making relationships so transactional. We're ruining dating because women refuse to date a man if he can't pay for things. That is quite literally the bare minimum. I saw this amazing quote too here the other day, and it was like, the female bird doesn't mate with the fucking male bird if he cannot fucking perform correctly. Like, that's it. That is it. That is natural selection, bitch. A lot of men should not be marrying and should not be procreating because they don't have the fucking brain capacity. They don't have the funds. They're not hot enough. Too bad. This is natural selection. Women should not be procreating with a lot of these men.